Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya nak jodoh coach Zuhri nak bantu anda dapat cari jodoh dengan berkat dan halal. Okay? Alright. So, malam ni kita nak sambung pasal bad boys dan red flags. Okay, boleh? Boleh ke boleh? Alright. So, and kita nak share dua story. One is from one of my clients. Dia sharing, kita boleh ambil iktibar daripada kesilapannya yang lampau, dan yang kedua adalah dari sharing daripada Facebook page sahabat saya Azmi, di mana ada seseorang tu mohon nasihat kerana terinvolve dengan someone's husband. More or less the same. This happens a lot. I do reply to this type of questions a lot in private WhatsApp messages sebab sedih dan nak bantu dan nak elak siapa-siapalah wanita yang mengalami terciduk atau terciduk is a word, terkecundang dalam percintaan yang macam ni. Okay, okay, so semalam kita share a bit about macam ni personality types, attachment style, dan saya cerita this two story first, and kita buat this two case study. Lepas tu we go into like what are the red flags, kan, just to make it very clear dan you dapat tangkap red flags daripada case study tu. Okay, boleh? Okay, alright. Okay, boleh. Let's look at the stuff. Alright, so iktibar stories. I start with my client dulu, one of the sisters I'm consulting. Okay. Hello computer, move on. Right, red flags. Okay, let me put it on screen. Ching. Okay, so this is sister, if you recall, a few weeks back, dia ada share pasal she was met a guy. She met a guy, kenal via dating portal, 47 years old, has 3 sons and ex-wife. It became complicated because nampak baik on the surface, kan, nampak baik because dia ajar Quran classes and sports person and non-smoker and all you know, it met most of her categories, met most of her criteria. Okay, but it gets complicated when he wanted to the tujuan perkenalan tu tak clear, and he shows up, tenggelam timbul, and his excuse was for being separated with his wife was she didn't like being intimate. Okay, so here this is one of the red flags when he would blame his wife for something. Watch out for these red flags, okay? Nanti I'll detail it out. And so, okay, she has 3 kids. All right, good. But the ex-wife cakap, she will accept him back only after he marries someone else first, which is rather odd. Okay, and then of course the sister felt deceived and played, because if they actually love each other, why not just remarry again? Why do they need a third person between them? So she blocked him, and then the sister also already has kids of her own, so tak naklah main game kan, no one wants to play game, and this guy keep ghosting him and leaving breadcrumbs ni macam if you know the story of Hansel and Gretel, it's like this guy shows up to leave trails that leads to the candy house sebelum dia nak makan, kan. Hansel and Gretel followed the breadcrumbs ke candy house tu, and to the witch's candy house. Nampak macam best on the outside, it's a candy house. So Hansel pun duk makan rumah tu, and then, oh, come inside children, come inside, and Lepas tu sebenarnya witch tu nak makan budak-budak tu. So breadcrumbs lah, dia orang tertarik with the trap of the breadcrumbs. Okay, and but walaupun the sister dia cakap dia nak jumpa orang lain kan, bila that guy hilang, there's no commitment there. Dia nak jumpa orang lain, tapi she felt she's too nice. Let me say this again. She's too nice, and she felt like she's cheating on him. Walaupun that guy tak ada commitment, there's no commitment, there's no discussion of commitment, or tujuan hala tuju ni tak tahu ke mana. And every time he comes back, she still treats him with respect, even though he is disrespecting her, right? He made me happy for a while, dia cakap. He made me happy for a while. So, kejap happy, kejap tak kan? Because bila they show up, usually, they would leave love bombs. Love bombs tu macam bom gila-gila lah. Oh, I love you, ayat cinta dan sebagainya. Lepas tu hilang. Lepas tu jumpa ayat cinta blah blah blah, love bomb, lepas tu hilang. That's a pattern, okay? Please look out for that pattern. And there's this part I tak boleh tahan. This sister cakap, I hope he gets constipation. Okay, I'm not laughing at her misery. No, I'm laughing at her revenge punya method. It's just, I hope he gets constipation. I'm sorry. I thought already finished laughing when reading this the other day, but it's still there. Okay. All right. So, okay. Hello. Thank you for joining. And okay. So, the sister, after I gave the homework yesterday, the sister tu cakap, the homework from yesterday, send me red flags, just to make it concise, that supaya kita boleh belajar, dapat iktibar daripada our past relationships kan. And she listed it down. Dia cakap red flags from past relationship. First guy mula-mula tak ada niat nak berkahwin, macam bagi excuse. Last dapat detect dia boleh like gambar ex dia dalam FB, komen-komen pada dia FB yang masih bersepah pada wall dia dengan ex dia. And the second guy, which is like yang the story I just told tu, yang 47-year-old single father tu, disebabkan kisah lalu saya tak berani nak bagi tahu. You see, tak berani because of kecundang. This is one of the things that I assist with in re-establishing trust with connection with another human being, to have another relationship, to have a stable relationship, by providing red flags, what you should be aware of kan. Kalau tidak, nanti you jadi trauma, tak berani nak berkenalan lagi, tak berani nak berkahwin. So they become a roadblock sebab dah trauma. And how to establish trust in another human being supaya tak kecundang lagi. Okay, right. So okay, and she says that disebabkan kisah lalu saya tak berani nak bagi tahu apa tujuan saya berkenalan dengan second guy, tapi tapi dah ada feeling. Tapi pada masa yang sama, dia pun tak ada ambil berat pada saya. You see, it seems to be one way. Last dia tuduh saya setakat saya nak kenal kawan proses tu je kan. Dia tuduh dia. You see the gaslighting happening? Remember yesterday we discussed about gaslighting? You pula salah kan. You pula salah. Because it wasn't a clear purpose. The purpose of the perkenalan tu wasn't clear. And then fine, it wasn't clear, true. It was both people's mistakes. But that guy tuduh dia, so salah dia pula kan. So she cuba nak pujuk the guy, datang nak jumpa face to face, tapi dia tak nak. So tengok tu, dia dah gaslight, dia jual mahal, dia lah high and mighty on his high horse. Alright, and akhirnya dia block saya. So disrespectful, don't you think? Kan? And then she says that terasa sangat dengan cara dia sedangkan duduk dekat je dengan saya. Sampai sekarang saya terasa sangat atas apa yang berlaku. Kesimpulannya, dua-dua guy ni tak serius dalam perhubungan. So why the teknik ta'aruf halal tu is to ensure it's serious nak kahwin, serius nak bincang pasal berkahwin. Tak semestinya nak nikah terus. No, ta'aruf yang halal tu untuk memastikan sama ada sekufu. Tapi sebelum nak bincang tu pun dah ada niat nak berkahwin. Tak semestinya you dengan dia, tapi niat nak kahwin tu dah ada. So, ta'aruf yang halal ni adalah untuk pastikan sekufu. Kalau sekufu, kalau on, nikahlah. Jangan lengah lagi. Okay? Alright, so she says second guy tu, dia cakap saya setakat kenal kawan proses je. Kawan proses. Habis tu, kalau kawan proses, asal cakap pasal kahwin, anak-anak, ex-wife dan sebagainya. Kan? So, macam leaving breadcrumbs and traps and hints. Hint ni tak nak. Dalam ta'aruf yang halal, there's no hints. It's clear cut niat dia apa. Niat berkenalan tu apa. Tujuan dia apa. Kan? There's no hinting supaya tak ada siapa tertaruh harapan, tak terimagine any promise and so forth. Okay? So, kawan proses. Saya nak jumpa dia face to face tapi dia tak nak. Jadi saya fikir sampai setakat inilah communicate dia dalam online. Lagipun disebabkan kisah first guy tu, saya tak berani nak cakap dengan second guy. Tujuan saya kenal dengan memang nak cari calon suami. Cari calon suami. So it goes both ways. Both guys dan ta'aruf halal, both the guy and the woman should have a clear cut understanding to discuss marriage. Both dah kena ada niat nak kahwin. Tak semestinya dengan sama sendiri. Kan? Bincang ta'aruf halal ni untuk bincang sama ada sekufu atau tidak. Kan? Kalau tak sekufu, then end it professionally. Okay? Alright. So, and then okay. So, this story from second case study, alright, which is from my friend Syed Azmi. I read this earlier today. It was 10 hours ago today. And this happens to, truth is stranger than fiction. I'm not laughing. Okay, I'm exasperated. This is my nervous laugh. It's like, macam selalu sangat I dengar kes-kes macam ni. I bukan gelak. I don't find this funny. No, I'm exasperated. Macam, oh my God, it's happening again and again and again and again. Because bukan I tak nak layan WhatsApp yang macam ni. Kan? I get messages like this also. Bukan I tak nak layan, tapi I sedih. So I learn my lesson. I bangun subuh, I tak buka WhatsApp dulu. I bangun subuh dan baca Quran sikit. Lepas tu have my breakfast, watch Whose Line Is It Anyway, lift my spirits up dulu kan, and make breakfast for my kids, wife and kids. Lepas tu I check WhatsApp. And then because I need to tabahkan diri before I check WhatsApp. Okay? Because kes-kes yang macam ni lah yang membuatkan I sedih. So I need to eat something first. Alright, so let me read from si Azmi punya posting. Someone sent it to him. Kan? Okay, she says in this posting, dia cakap, saya K. Saya ada berkenalan dengan seorang lelaki ni. Saya kenalkan dia sebagai Z. Umurnya dalam 33 tahun. Dia adalah anak kepada sahabat ayah saya. Okay. Dia memang mengenali baik ayah saya. Dia memang mengenali baik ayah saya. Tu messages keep coming in. There you go. Dia memang mengenali baik ayah saya. Dia memang rapat dengan ayah saya dan ayah saudara saya. Sejak bertemu kali pertama, hati saya seakan suka pada dia, tapi memandangkan dia juga rapat dengan ayah saya, seakan kekok untuk berkenalan dengan lebih rapat lagi dengan dia. Lagilah saya ni seorang perempuan. Saya pun niat dalam hati, ni crush je, tak lebih. Tapi dalam setiap kali berjumpa, saya berdebar-debar seperti pertama kali jatuh hati dengan seseorang, berbunga-bunga. Right? Hati ini seperti tidak puas. Saya mengikut kata hati ini. Uh, saya mencari tahu pasal dia. FB dia saya cari. So she was tengah dicari research skodeng pasal dia. Saya add. Tapi saya tahu dia kenal FB saya. Tapi hati ini tidak puas lagi dapat FB dia. Bermulalah masalah besar dalam hidup saya apabila saya dengan bodohnya pergi PM dekat FB dia. Dan dia mula melayan saya. Rupa-rupanya dia ada menyimpan perasaan yang sama pada saya. Saya gembira. Dunia ini rasanya saya yang punya. Saya tanya dia sudah berpunya ke? Dia mengaku dia sudah ada anak dan isteri. Tapi tidak bersefahaman. You see that pattern? Tidak bersefahaman, tak intim. You see this, beginning to see this pattern? Right? Some sort of husband-wife conflict going on, right? And then ada je excuse here. Ada excuse there. And then some are valid, some are not. Okay? We'll discuss that. Dia mengaku dia ada isteri tapi tak bersefahaman. Okay, macam yesterday I explained di mana he usually has this excuse where tak bersefahaman, tak intim, marriage convenience, whatever lah excuse to ask for sympathy, nak buka peluang, right? So macam, oh, this might not work out, so you might be my next wife. You know, that's a bait. Okay, it's bait. Alright. Okay, saya sambung baca. Sepatutnya saya sudah tinggalkan dia pada masa tu, tapi saya ni bodoh. I'm just reading this out. I'm not saying that she is. Dia yang cakap. Saya ikutkan rasa hati saya yang tengah gembira sebab dia juga sayangkan saya. Alright. You see, bahaya melayan perasaan sebelum nikah. This is one of the danger. Okay? This is one of the danger melayan perasaan sebelum nikah. So saya tetap teruskan hubungan saya dengan dia. Semakin lama semakin hanyut. Yeah, you're drowning. Clearly. But sometimes when you are drowning, you don't realize you're drowning. That is one of the danger of melayan perasaan. Okay. Saya menyerahkan kegadisan saya pada dia. You know, well, layan perasaan kan. Sedih. Alright, so pada suami orang, saya menyerahkan kegadisan saya pada dia, pada suami orang. Bodohnya saya. Saya tak tahu yang dia akan melakukan perkara itu, tapi bila dia dah bersetuju pergi hotel bersama, apa lagi yang saya jangkakan akan berlaku. Saya betul menyesal. Lepas dari itu, saya jatuh sakit teruk, tak dapat bekerja. Duduk di rumah sahaja. Kedai yang saya uruskan terpaksa kakak sulung saya uruskan. Timbul pula masalah baru. Saya dapat tahu dia berWhatsApp dengan kakak saya. Jilakanya jantan. I just had to say it. I'm sorry. Where do I begin? Okay, just let me finish reading this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not laughing. This is exasperation. Timbul pula masalah baru. Saya dapat tahu dia berWhatsApp pula dengan kakak saya. Dengan adik tak puas, dia nak sambung dengan kakak dia. Alright, you see. And then saya memang tahu kakak saya ada perasaan suka dekat Z. Ni macam telenovela. And I am telling you, truth is stranger than fiction. Alright. So, timur peluna, saya memang tahu kakak saya ada perasaan suka pada Z, tapi saya anggap tidaklah serius. Uh, this is why in ta'aruf, it's important to include your family in discussion to avoid things like this, possible things like this. Istisyarah dan istikarah lain. Istisyarah tu bermesyuarat, berbincang dengan keluarga. I am interested in this sifulan ni, uh, supaya untuk mendapat pendapat mak bapa adik beradik, what do you think of this person. So kalau buat secret macam ni, benda ni lah yang berlaku bila menyurutkan hubungan. Dan kakak dia pun tertaruh hati. Kalau dalam ta'aruf, you istisyarah dengan adik-beradik, mak bapak, boleh elakkan benda ni. Sebab tu Islam dah 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 ada strategi, dah ada bagi sistem dah macam mana nak buat benda dengan dignity. Okay? Tengok all this indignation happening is because tak ikut Quran dan Sunnah. Okay? I'm not saying I'm alim, no, but I've made my mistakes and I've learned from my mistakes and from my clients' mistakes. So I'm trying to show my clients how I got up from that mistakes. Okay? And alhamdulillah ramai dah kahwin. Okay, so I continue to read. Tapi saya salah. Z dan kakak saya berWhatsApp sayang-sayang, berindu bagai. The plot thickens. Hati saya patah, hancur. Tak kala saya sakit teruk, Z boleh curang dengan saya. Dia dah makan adik, dia nak makan kakak. Alright? So, ni berani ni. Dia dah kenal bapak, dia kenal pak saudara, dah kenal lebih kurang family lah, kan? Okay? Tapi kenapa saya tak kala saya sakit teruk, Z boleh curang dengan saya. Tapi kenapa saya terkejut? Kalau Z boleh curang dengan isteri dia, apalah saya ini. You see, imagine if you are the other woman, kan? If you are the other woman, he has an affair with you. I'm not saying you, ni contoh lah. Contoh. If he has an affair with you, katakan he actually divorces his wife and then dia kahwin dengan you. Can you still trust him? He won't repeat that behavior, that mistake. Kan? Because dia pernah curang isteri dia. How about you? Okay. So dia sendiri sedar, this lady sendiri sedar dia boleh curang isteri dia, apalah lagi dengan saya ni. Because he doesn't respect or love. It's about him. Dia nak puaskan hati dia, this guy. Kan? Dia hanya nak puaskan hati dia. So, I nak share red flag ni. Okay? Orang yang just nak puaskan hati dia sendiri je. And dia charming macam mana pun, it's about him. He cares, loves no one else except for him. He can't love anyone else more than he loves himself. Alright. So, hanya kalau Z boleh curang dengan isteri dia, apalah lagi saya ni. Yang saya hanya perempuan simpanan dia. Saya kantorkan Z. Saya cakap saya tahu apa dia WhatsApp dengan kakak saya. Dia nangis. Pandai drama. Dia orang ni pandai drama, pandai charming. Kan? Dia betul. These people pandai drama. Okay? Pandai drama, pandai nangis, pandai manipulate. Remember last night we talk about manipulation. Okay? Dia menangis, merayu pada saya, maafkan dia. Kan? Dia cakap dia tak tahu kakak saya suka padanya. Tak tahu. Habis tu No. What is it was one silly excuse. Habis tu WhatsApp sayang-sayang bagai tu tak tahu ke? Kan? You know, it's completely insulting the intelligence. Okay, dia hanya ingin berbaik dengan kakak saya, ingin tahu keadaan saya. Excuses. Okay, excuses. Saya tetap marah. Yeah, you should be, kan? You have the right to be angry about that. saya nak putus. Tapi dia nak jumpa ayah saya dan beritahu segalanya pasal kami berdua. Mati saya, Encik. Kalau keluarga saya tahu saya dengan dia, kan, dia ugut. It's a threat. What sort of person gives threats? If someone loves you, would they threaten you? Okay? Would they threaten you if they love you? Yeah, it's not a threat. Love. Oh. Okay. Exasperation. Start dari itu, saya terpaksa terima dia balik. So she is being blackmailed to re-enter the relationship again. And then I can just imagine whatever a person being blackmailed is to do, terpaksa pasrah lah. And oh man. Alright, so I continue to read. Sebabkan saya tak nak keluarga saya tahu dengan dia, hubungan saya dengan dia. Mungkin Encik cakap dia ugut je, tak serius. Tak, Encik, saya pernah anggap macam tu juga. Last dia datang rumah betul-betul. Tapi sempat saya suruh dia balik sebelum dia jumpa ayah saya. Berani you know. They are so, especially narcissists, they're very good at manipulation, and they live in their own world where they believe dia seorang je betul. Their own reality sahaja yang betul. And dia orang berani sebab pada kepala dia itu betul. I know this guy, he was cheating on his fiancée. Ni side story. He was cheating on his fiancée. Another friend tahu, right? So this other friend ni kenal, just tak nak sibuk lah, kan? Tapi bila fiancé dia tanya, is he cheating on me, to this friend? So dia tanya, dia jawab lah. So dia marah girlfriend dia dengan the affair person tu, the other girl. Dia marah, cakap, we had a deal that he would shut up, he wouldn't talk about this affair. It's like, what kind of person does not have integrity to keep secrets, blah 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 blah. Orang yang narcissist ni, dia tuduh ex-girlfriend dia, tuduh fiancé dia, tuduh kawan dia yang buka mulut, dan tuduh the other woman. Semua orang salah, dia seorang je betul. You see this pattern? Alright. So back to this story. Saya dan dia, hubungan kami tak pernah aman. How do you expect an aman relationship? And setiap kali saya minta putus, dia minta baik semula dengan isteri dia. Mesti dia akan mengamuk, maki saya, mencara ugut saya, rosakkan barang kat kedai saya. Gila bro. Ugut nak datang rumah bagi tahu keluarga saya. She is under his thumb control, kan? Saya serabut sebab saya tahu dia boleh buat semua tu. Dia berani. Tu dia cakap, dia berani. Dia boleh mess her life up. Dia cakap dia memang nak saya jadi isteri dia sebab dia bertanggungjawab atas apa yang dia buat kat saya. Narcissists usually hate losing control. Their biggest fear is losing control. They want more control. Yeah, and the more leverage of control they can get, they will try to get more leverage of control. Okay. Dia baik. Okay, she says. Tapi perangai dia banyak tak boleh terima. Dia baik tapi perangai dia banyak tak boleh terima. Kau boleh terima ke? Someone violent like that. Macam mana baran dia kalau lepas kahwin nanti? Tahu tak apa? Kan? Dia boleh curang dengan isteri dia, takkanlah dengan saya dia setia pula. Saya memang tawar hati, dah putus asa. Saya dengan dia takkan boleh bersama. Okay, but are you committed to that? Kan? Are you committed to cut it off? That's the question. And keluarga saya memang takkan merestui kami berdua. Tapi bila saya ajak jumpa bincang, dia akhirnya tewas dengan nafsu sendiri. Perkataan putus ke mana saya dan dia dah ke bulan. Okay. Berulang kali terjadi. Saya benci dengan diri saya sendiri. Saya ingat saya nak lari, tapi saya ada kerja kat sini. Saya ada kedai saya sayangkan kedai saya, kerja saya ni. Alright. See, it has come to a point that she has hated herself and self-loathing and mistrust of herself, self-esteem, all. Yang cakap lah, semua dah down lah kan. When there's self-loathing, bencikan diri sendiri. She wants to escape but she cannot. Right? Kerja saya ni, saya nak lepaskan dari dia, dari hubungan toxic macam ni. Yes, it's toxic. It's clearly toxic. Saya nak perkara ni antara saya dan dia boleh diselesaikan tanpa keluarga saya tahu. Antara kami berdua je. Tapi dia tak nak. Dia tetap nak keluarga saya, isteri dia, keluarga dia tahu pasal hubungan kami ni. Right. Macam mana ni Encik? Saya tak tahu macam mana nak jelaskan pada Z yang saya ni tak mungkin bersama. Ya, saya memang bodoh. Saya tahu. Sebab tu saya rasa macam nak bunuh diri je. You see, it has come to that. She has thoughts, feelings of suicide. Saya nak, you know why I do this every night? It's because to avoid things like this. Okay, I sharing. I'm not smiling. This is in nervous face. I'm sharing because I selalu dengar benda ni terjadi. I'm sharing this thing supaya benda ni tak terjadi lagi kat umat kita kan. Kalau kita asyik buat perangai macam ni, takut nanti kita tak dikira umat Nabi. Takutlah kan. Yeah. Okay. One of my biggest fear, for me personally, one of my biggest fear is takut tak buat pahala yang cukup dan takut tak diterima sebagai umat Rasulullah SAW. And I'm doing this untuk diterima dalam umat Rasulullah SAW. So nak share the truth, nak bagi admonishment and warning supaya ni tak berlaku lagi. Alright, that's why I do this every night. Sharing. Okay. Dia cakap, I continue to read. Dia, saya nak bunuh diri je, nak pergi jauh. Saya benci diri saya sendiri cari masalah. Tapi cukuplah saya buat dosa. Cukuplah selama ni saya salah dengan diri sendiri, dengan dia, dengan isteri dia, dengan keluarga saya. Cukuplah saya jahil. Saya jahat, tapi sampai bila saya nak hidup dalam dosa? Tapi macam mana saya nak selesaikan hal ini tanpa campur tangan pihak lain? Antara saya dan dia je kan. Macam mana nak bagi dia faham dan bagi dia bertenang? Mungkin Encik tak faham jalan cerita saya tak pandai bercerita, maafkan saya. Boleh Encik bagi pendapat atau okay, itu dia minta pendapat si Azmi lah. Alright, so this is a rather dangerous situation. That guy is violent. He is in his own reality. Dia buat apa semua betul kan. What makes him really afraid, someone yang macam ni, is to lose control of the situation, to lose leverage. His leverage on her right now is the threat of knowing what happened, and she, of course, you know, dia pun tak nak family tahu. Okay. Ya, kalau boleh nak suruh lah, but at this point things are getting violent. It's dangerous. Okay, so if you can go to Azmi punya page to read the rest of it. The rest of it is Azmi punya penjelasan and nasihat. I'll just read it out to you. Okay. Okay, satu perkara yang selalu ada di belakang kepala saya adalah Orang yang paling sayang kita adalah ibu bapa kita, keluarga kita sendiri. Asalkan kita jujur dan ikhlas dan menyokong ahli keluarga, ibu bapa kita sendiri. Dan ibu bapa sendiri. Saya tahu masyarakat segelintir mungkin tidak setuju, tapi inilah yang selalu saya pegang. Nasihat saya, nampak yang cik ada siap tulis baik buruk suami orang ini, tapi hanya cik saja yang tahu sebenarnya dia baik, jujur, ikhlas ataupun dia manipulasi cik. Alright? And carangan saya berterus terang pada keluarga dan mulakan dengan kakak dulu. Selepas itu sama dengan kakak bagi tahu ibu bapa. Tapi letakkan syarat, jangan bertindak apa-apa. You know, that's true, because if I were her father, the first thing I would do is something very, very violent. Kan, the first thought that comes to mind, kan, the first thought. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but the first thought that comes to mind. Because kita marah, anak kita dah dinodai, kedua-dua anak perempuan dia dinodai, kedua-dua by the same guy yang kita selama ni percaya. Okay, and this is very angrifying. Alright. Okay, and then Syed Azmi continues. Yang cik perlukan sekarang adalah sokongan keluarga lebih dari segala-galanya. Betul. Setuju. Ini satu cara supaya cik tak sentiasa cemas dan keluarga yang boleh sentiasa mencelah atau beri alasan. Jangan terperangkap cik. Yeah, she's already in the trap. One of the way to leave the trap is the truth. Truth is the way. It's dangerous, it's risky. Kena manage your parents and your adik-beradik and kakak tu. Okay. And betul, jangan terperangkap. You are getting deeper. It's now you're knee deep in crap, right? And you could get deeper if you don't find the truth. I mean, this is a risk up to you. Up to her to take. But she could get further deeper than this if she is being controlled by fear of him, his threats. Okay, so right now she's in knee deep in crap. Okay, but it could get worse. It seems like it's going to get worse because dia nak kahwin, kan? And betul ke dia nak kahwin someone yang violent macam ni? Alright. Okay, baik atau tidak cik rasa tak selesa, maka tak perlu tunggu. I mean, yeah, it's a courageous move that needs to be made, and she needs to make a commitment. Enough. Okay? It's a risk up to her to take, but it has to be managed very delicately and courageously at the same time. So this is happening. Okay, this is really happening. Yeah, man. All right, so tolong ambil iktibar from that. I'm not saying you are doing that. I'm saying that if kalau tak ikut perasaan, kan, dan kalau kita buat cara ta'aruf yang halal, kalau dia nak kahwin another person, cara yang baik, cara yang betul, tak apa, kan. Poligami tu tak salah, tapi buat cara yang Rasulullah SAW nak kita buat, kan. Ada cara dia. I even have clients di mana isteri dia nak minta tolong saya carikan isteri untuk suami dia, kan. Tapi suami dia tak nak. Oh, tuan punya badan tak nak, saya tak boleh tolong. Memang saya tak fokus pun dalam poligami, kan. Puan, I'm sorry, I cannot help. I only focus on single women never married, single mothers. My focus is that. Okay, polygamy, please ask someone else. This is not my field of expertise. I bagilah Chan yang single. Okay, so just to make that very clear. Okay, so yeah, man. All right, so like back to, okay, after that is two stories. The red flags, that you need to be aware of, yang you kena tahu, okay, supaya tak terjadi macam ni lagi. Alright, so like yesterday we discussed the attachment styles and the red flags. Wah, okay, I'll try to read through it as fast as I can because it's really 9:40. Okay, boleh? Alright. Okay, so red flag one. I hope you noting this down supaya you kenal. Okay, kenapa you kena tahu red flag ni adalah sebab macam you tak pergi sekolah mandu tapi you tiba nak drive. You tak tahu lampu merah tu apa, lampu hijau tu apa, kan? Tak tahu, lepas tu bantai je, lepas tu accident. Kan cakap, tak tahu pun red light tu untuk apa, kan? So, write this down for you to kenal red light tu apa, kan? Okay, so I'm giving you a checklist. Tulis checklist ni. Yang pertama, he has a wife or girlfriend. He already has a wife or girlfriend. Tak salah dia ada wife, tapi kalau dia nak kahwin lagi satu, buat cara yang baik. Alright? If he keeps giving story macam, isteri saya tak nak intim, isteri saya tak bersefahaman, one of the usual excuses, kan? Usual excuse lah. But however, I know a guy, isteri dia memang sakit, anak-anak dia tak terjaga dengan betul. Isteri dia bedridden, and isteri dia faham that the children needs a mother lah, and everyone else faham kalau dia kahwin lagi seorang, and dia tak nak lepaskan isteri dia yang pertama ni. And the calon pasangan yang dia cari itu is, dia explain betul-betul, dia cakap ada anak dan isteri, kan? Isteri dia memang bedridden macam tu, tapi calon pasangan itu cakap nak kahwin boleh, tapi you kena pastikan tanggungjawab you dengan isteri pertama you. Yang calon dia cakap, kalau you janji you boleh penuhkan tanggungjawab isteri you dengan tanggungjawab you dengan isteri pertama you, kan? Jumpa dia frequently, jaga dengan elok, then I will marry you, dia cakap. It's like, no, that's a smart woman. Dia nak kahwin, yes, condition dia kena jaga madu pertama, kan? Kakak yang paling tua lah, first wife tu. Okay, on kahwin. Now they have their own kids. She's looking after the stepchildren. She's okay with the stepchildren. Boleh jaga stepchildren dia. So, no, I'm just giving you an example of how a smart woman would approach this. Alright, dia dah ada wife. Dia mengaku dia ada wife dia bedridden, tapi dia bagi condition, you kena tanggungjawab dengan isteri pertama you. Okay, jangan buat lupa, jangan terbuat lupa, jangan lupakan isteri pertama you, kan? I will look after your children, and we will also have our children, along that line. So that's a smart woman. That's one way to go about it. And I bagi you contoh. Alright, I know these couples. Okay, alright, so he has a wife or girlfriend. That's one red flag. Okay, dah ada wife, dah ada girlfriend. Okay, boleh I writing down, please write this down. Okay, dia selalu cerita pasal kisah lampau dia. He's still dwelling pasal kisah lama dia, masih dalam kisah lama dia. Okay, or frequently talks about ex dia yang pernah rosakkan kecundang with the ex. Okay? He's not over it. Dia masih lagi in that relationship. Hati dia masih kat sana, kan? Perasaan dia masih kat sana. Dia belum repair lagi. He's still broken. And do you want to go into a broken relationship, kan? With a broken man, right? Write it down. Tulis. Okay. Flagship. Red flag ketiga adalah he seems detached or cold. Dia macam aloof, detached or cold. He's with you physically, tapi emosi dia tak bersama dengan you. He's not there. Alright. Of course, this one is more to advice kepada sesiapa yang tengah dating. Okay. Ta'aruf, we avoid all this crap. Okay. Ta'aruf solves so many dramatic problems. Okay. So this is mainly and a lot for you to, if you've gone through this red flags tapi you tak sedar, write it down supaya in the future tak terjadi lagi when you're talking to someone, kan. Kalau you tengah ta'aruf properly with another person, tiba-tiba dia buka cerita pasal ex dia, ex-wife dia, blah blah blah, kan, all this jazz, and that's a red flag. Kalau dia masih lagi not like, tak boleh let go of his past, he's still detached, dia masih lagi detached, dia tak boleh lagi detached from his past, and he's detached from the conversations with you, kan. Dia tak boleh, okay, now I'm talking to you, you are my future wife, insyaAllah. Kisah lama tu selama lah, kan. He's already fixed himself, that'll be great. But kalau if he's detached and cold, that's a red flag. Yeah. All right. So he seems unresponsive to my feelings or needs. He seems unresponsive to my feelings or needs. Dia tengah cakap dengan you, tengah cakap dengan dia, tengah ta'aruf, nak perkenalan. Tapi dia macam, okay lah. Tak boleh, tak respond, macam just blank, macam blank je. So if you can relate your past, so this is something for you to watch out in the future, because we human are creatures of habit and patterns. So it's not just him sometimes, kan? Sometimes it's you. Maybe you fall for the same guy, same type of guys. We'll discuss that on another night. Because you might attract, for some reason, we'll discuss that, this type of guys, the broken guys. Okay. All right. So, but and then next red flag is he keeps himself listed on a dating app or website while dating me, kan. Okay, dia tengah dating you or ta'aruf you, tapi he's still actively on those sites and dating sites. Okay, it's still there. It's still there. And I'm sorry, I'm laughing because aku punya account dulu, I'm just thinking to myself, aku punya account dulu dah tutup ke belum ah? It's like this is 10 years ago. Okay, so I think I should check whether I've closed my accounts. Kalau orang message me pula via, right? Okay. He keeps himself listed on dating apps or website while dating you or tengah ta'aruf you. So he's not serious, doesn't show that he's serious, right? So red flag yang seterusnya, he does not introduce you to his family or friends. He does not introduce you to family or friends, to family or friends. He's keeping you aside. Life dia lain, life you dengan you lain. So you ni rahsia, the other woman, a secret. Okay, dia nak enjoy je, dia pergi jumpa you. Family and friends lain, right? Okay, so that's a red flag. He excludes you from important parts of his life. Katakan dia punya birthday lah, dia punya birthday party apa kan, dia celebrate dengan family and friends dia, tapi dia tak celebrate dengan you. Aneh tak? Kan, contoh, right? Okay, next red flag is he keeps exes around and call them friends. Dia masih lagi in touch with their, he's still in touch with his exes, ex-girlfriends, and still calls them friends. Okay, and if it's in a situation macam he has an ex-wife and other children, it is understandable that he does need to communicate with his ex-wife to a certain level with his ex-wife about the children, can. But to what extent is something he has to be clear with you. We need, medical reasons or whatever. He needs to communicate with his ex-wife, but to a certain level. And if he's friends with his ex-wife, that could be another issue. Could be another red flag there. All right. Okay. So, tulis tulis. Okay, next red flag adalah he can go for days without contacting you and difficult for you to get in touch with him. Kan, dia block you sini sana, dia tak jawab WhatsApp. Dia cakap, oh, I'm going camping. Dia ataupun dia tak bagi tahu dia pergi camping masuk hutan, tak ada signal or message kan. And dia tak bagi tahu, dia tiba-tiba menghilangkan diri and susah you nak get in touch with him. Alright? So dia detach lah. This goes back to detachment. And you're not important enough for him to tell you what's going on in his life, what he's doing. Alright. So and then he won't spend any money on you, but spends on himself without a problem. Yeah, I get these messages a lot also. Okay. Kalau dating, you yang bayar kan. Apa punya jantan ni? Like, alright. Next is he stresses that he needs a lot of space or time to himself. Macam, oh, I need space. What sort of space? It's already a long distance relationship. Contoh some couple macam, oh, I need space. Yeah, we haven't seen each other for 600 days since the beginning of the pandemic. So what sort of space do you need? Betul tak? Kan? Okay. So he's trying to distance himself and trying to figure out, does he want you or not? Does he basically he's trying to buka opportunity untuk wanita lain. That's what space is. Can, don't you think so? Because he's not sure about you. That's why he needs that space. He's trying to break up with you, but not break up with you. He's not sure. He doesn't know what he wants. And unfortunately, sometimes you're also not clear about what you want. And you're not clear about why you need to be respected in a certain way. Okay? All right. So, next red flag is he constantly gets angry at the little things. At the little things. So sensitive. Macam cik pasal. Macam cik pasal nak break. Kan? Semua salah you. Semua salah you. And dia seorang je yang betul. Tu tak? Kan? Okay, alright. And then he, next red flag is has a difficulty nak luahkan perasaan. Dan sebenarnya dia tak tahu he cannot manage his own emotion. He doesn't know his own emotion, and he cannot articulate his own emotion. Dia tak boleh nak express his own emotion, his feelings. He just cannot. It's just that he has issues in that. It could be because of narcissism, avoidance. Generally, men are not thought to manage emotions. Generally, men are thought not to have emotions. We're taught and raised to be tough robots. That's it. So be aware if he cannot express sincerity to you. Okay? Cool. Okay, next red flag is he avoids conflict and quickly shuts down any argument. Dia memang avoid conflict. Dia cakap, yelah, you betul lah. He doesn't want to be serious. He doesn't dare to be honest. Doesn't care to be honest with you. Dia just macam, just shut down the argument. Just shut down. Tak nak discuss. Because it's not important to him about how you feel about things. Okay? And then he dismisses you very easily. He dismisses you. Apa you cakap semua tak betul. Tak betul. Dia seorang yang betul kan? Lepas tu dia nak rosakkan kedai you. So, looking at that example tadi. And dia jarang tanya you, ni next red flag, dia jarang tanya you how about yourself, what's going on in your life, about your day, your thoughts, your feelings. Dia jarang tanya tu. Macam, itu, that's your life, not my life. Kan? Your life, my life, lain. Asing. There's no connection between you and him. Kan, kita nak kahwin someone that we have emotional connection with, insyaAllah. Kan, that's what we want. And that's how trust is built, and happiness is built on. Betul tak? Okay. Okay, next red flag is he lacks self-confidence, or gets and put himself down easily. Dia sendiri tak yakin dengan diri sendiri. is an is it oxymoron? It is macam dua benda tau. Usually kadang narcissistic people, sometimes they can be overly confident or overly lacking in confidence. It could happen. All right. Uh, because they lack self identity. Why I keep talking about narcissistic people? Because uh, it's, I think, 1 in 10 people have problem with narcissism and temper. Usually it goes in the same Venn diagram of things, kan? It's usually the same thing: narcissism, temper, and detachment. Um, it's possible. 1 in 10% chance of the people you meet has narcissism, statistically. All right, and and people with narcissism, they don't have they lack self identity, because uh, let me explain it in terms of food. I think in terms of food. Okay, all right, like an eggplant, like an eggplant. Is it an egg or a plant? Or is it a plant that thinks and it's an egg? Or is it a egg that's trying to behave like a plant, or a plant thinking itself as an egg? Dia tak tahu dia kat mana, kan? It's for you to remember. They lack self-identity. So dia macam eggplant. Eggplant sedap, kan? Eggplant sedap. Memang very charming. Makan eggplant memang sedap. You recipe, put it a bit, hancurkan and put it a bit of paprika, best. But it doesn't know what it is, egg or plant. Eggplant. Okay, all right. So, and narcissistic people, very charming, usually very charming. They seem very self-assured, but not really. It's from the lack of self-identity, and they adapt to you very well. Adapt and get leverage and manipulate you very well. Macam this apa nama dia, nama dia K kan. Z tu that guy, then in that story yang saya Azmi cerita tu, uh, Z itu has a lot of indication that he has a narcissistic issue, temper, controlling, leverage, blackmail, a whole list of issues, and he wants what he wants. They are determined. Narcissistic people are very determined to get what they want. Kan? Dia nak kahwin juga, kan? Nak kahwin juga. Yeah, but you nak kahwin dia tak nak, the K tu tak nak kahwin dengan dia dah putus, dah rasa dah tergelumang dalam dosa, dah tak nak, dah menyesal. Good that dia dah sedar. But K tu still masih pegang perangkap tu. Alright? So I'm sharing this because to make you avoid these things from happening in your life or happening again in your life. All right. Okay. Actually, I have several checklists to give you, and I'll try to finish as many as I can in the next few minutes. All right. And then he says that he can't stand needy women. Kan dia cakap, oh you, contoh he can't stand, dia cakap he can't stand needy women. Tak semestinya you needy, you just tanya dia macam, hey, how are you? How are you feeling? Kan? How's life? Jangan sibuk lah. Lemas lah needy ni. Kan? Macam tu lah contoh. Alright? So, he wants to keep his life and your life separate. Yeah, you're just there as an object to him. Kan? Alright. So, because he says that a lot of his ex-girlfriend is very needy. Okay, so next red flag is he says all his ex-girlfriends are crazy. All Dia seorang je manusia sempurna. All his ex-girlfriends are crazy. I know this guy. Like cakap, oh, dia bangga lah. Dia cakap, oh, I have 14 girlfriends, you know. I had 14 girlfriends. And then when he was posting, and then I was thinking, maybe there's something wrong with you to have so many ex-girlfriend. You can't hold a steady relationship, can you? It's like dia tengah boasting tu macam, malah aku nak layan mamak ni kan. Dia tengah action. Yelah, you know, you are boasting you have 14 ex-girlfriend, you know, well, yeah, it shows that you can't hold a steady relationship. Kan? You don't have the patience to fix a relationship. You don't have the determination to maintain a relationship. That's what it shows. Doesn't mean that kau jantan. Don't you think so? All right. But to him, there is jantan to him. There is manliness to him. Toxic, toxic. All right. So I think I have several checklists to share, and because I want to share all of it with you, kan? And because I tak nak this K or Z happen to you, all this happening to you. That's why I want to share all of it. Okay, so kita sambung lagi malam esok. Okay, so I hope I have not brought up any old wound inside of you from you, and because if it's bringing up old wounds, meaning it's not yet fully healed. So in the Sunday coaching that I do, it is to begin to heal, give proper healing to old wounds. Okay, and yeah, kita sambung malam esok. Ingat homework kan, like the homework is list the red flags in past relationship. Kalau tak buat lagi, tak send it to me, so orang lain boleh dapat iktibar insyaAllah. And macam the story from Syed Azmi yang cakap tu, yang he reported tu, those are a lot of red flags. I want to point it out as many as possible, so you tak terperangkap lagi, so you tak kecundang lagi. Okay, seriously, it's masalah umat ni dah jadi, it's an endemic and pandemic and mandemic and womandemic. Dah jadi masalah umat. This thing is happening sebab kita tak tahu macam mana nak manage ta'aruf dengan betul, kan? Islam dah bagi kita sistem, dah bagi kita ilmu untuk mencari cinta dengan berkat halal, dapat perkahwinan yang bahagia, insyaAllah. Islam dah bagi kita, tapi ramai tak tahu, kan? It's so sad. That's what I do, untuk bagi you tahu. Tindakannya up to you. I can coach you insyaAllah, and it's at the end of the day, it's mainly up to you. I can coach you, I can share ilmu malam-malam macam ni, and it's up to you. Macam this girl, what's her name, K, dia tak tahu, dia ikut perasaan dia, dah terhantuk baru dah nak tengadah, kan? Now she's trapped and she can't leave. Difficult for her to leave. There are ways to leave the trap, but it's very risky. So I hope you jaga martabat you, dignity you sebagai seorang muslimah, kan? Supaya ni tak berlaku lagi. Tak berlakulah dalam hidup you. Okay, so homework, send me red flags of your past relationship, and kalau you rasa in this will open up old wounds and lead you to a dark path and spiral into it, then don't do it. But if you feel that this is a good catharsis tu macam meluahkan perasaan yang perlu diluahkan, and it's good for you, then please send me the homework. Okay? Alright. So, adat kita sebelum berpisah adalah kita doa. Sebelum saya undur diri, bismillah, kita doa, aminkan sama sendiri. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang menjadi menantu yang baik kepada ibu bapakku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredaan-Mu, berganding bahu bersama ke jannah-Mu, ya Allah. Amin. Type amin, say amin. Okay, cool. So, kita sambung lagi checklist malam esok. It's a rather long checklist, and I have several categories of checklists. Sometimes there's something wrong with the guy, sometimes it's something wrong with your expectation, or why you attracted to this kind of person, trouble, kan? Maybe that guy yang drama, or maybe you yang suka drama. Truth is the way, okay? I'm sharing the truth. InsyaAllah, harap you boleh terima. Okay? We look at different aspects of the problem. Okay, alright. So, okay, thank you very nice. Kita sambung lagi malam esok, insyaAllah. Saya nak jodoh Coach Zuhri. Ingat, cinta diri, cinta mari. Bye. Assalamualaikum. Tata. Okay, tata, tata, tata.